with the fifth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Jonas Valanciunas.
Let's bring in our international expert, Greg, you talk about this guy. You like him, don't you?
Well, you're talking about long-term potential. 19 years old, 6'11". He's got great bounce. He's a good athlete.
Lithuania, basketball is second religion.
Like we used to say, basketball is second religion here.
Probably, maybe first, maybe first.
So everybody following that, everybody trying to play, everybody, you know, small kids shooting around.
I mean, since small child till old guy, everybody loves basketball. Everybody is all about basketball, and you could see it on Euro Champions here. I mean, this country is for basketball.
We're a small country. We're a very proud country, and basketball, that's what we gotta really excel at.
And one word, basketball means everything. I mean, it's the main sport. Everybody's basketball crazy in Lithuania. I mean, as you can tell, they travel all over the place. No matter where we play, we have fans. I mean, I've never been in an environment like this ever in my life.
It makes you appreciate going out there and playing and doing what you love. And you know, everybody's a fan, and it's just incredible the support and the passion they have for the game of basketball. And you know, it makes us want to go out there and play even harder.
Lithuania has been very hurt by repressions by Soviet Union, and this is not one country. It's many countries being hurt by systems, that's sad. And only through basketball we could prove our points, you know. So that's how we got to 1992 Olympics.
After Lithuania get independence, we were playing with the national team of Lithuania in Olympic Games with Arvydas Sabonis and Marčiulionis, Kurtinaitis, Homičius, Karnišovas, so many good players.
Those guys is the basketball starters in Lithuania. They start to play basketball to show everybody what that means, basketball. You know, that time was Soviet Union came to Lithuania, and just basketball helps us to still just to stay alive. Those guys, Sabonis, Marčiulionis, helps Lithuania, not because of basketball, but because like a nation.
From the small age, it's becoming a religion. It's becoming a passion. It's not a shame to say I was crying when they were losing, you know. This is how it is. The people is getting so much emotions in the basketball, and it means for us a lot.
When they win against Russia, that was a great feeling. I don't know, I can see I saw the movies, I saw the videos from that time, but I can imagine how was people lucky, happy when they win against Russia after those Soviet occupation. That means a lot for Lithuania.
When you hear your anthem into the big world arena, this is I don't know how to explain. This is feeling that's coming from inside, you know. especially when you are that small. And you know, you're watching. All the kids are watching, and every kid, you know, they know Sabonis. They know what it is.
I watch Rytas playing. I like his game. I like his passing. He's like 220 point guard. He can pass unbelievable.
Sabonis. Oh man! Look at the pass. Look at the pass for the big guy.
Šarūnas, he's a great point guard. He's a fantastic player.
Dental will bring it into Mount Barcelona. Sprints by West, goes to the hole and jams it down with the left hand.
Every year by year, you know, the new generation is coming in, stepping up. You know, another generation has Šiškauskas, Javtokas, Macijauskas, Kaukenas. So many good players, and this would be sad if basketball wouldn't be that popular, because we almost 3 million people in the country. So imagine, this is with the United States or with Canada, this is nothing. This is one, I would say, average city. And to have this impact into the basketball, into the world's basketball, to be in the highest level, that's what makes people, you know, admire basketball. That's what makes people to see basketball, to go to watch basketball. This is something different. And like, for example, for England is soccer, for Argentina soccer, for I would say for United States a lot of sports. Here we have one, I think, very good sport is basketball. That's why it's that much popular. And the guys like Valančiūnas, you know, coming up, you know, so much talent. This is making, you know, not to go down. So everybody's, you know, trying to see what's going to happen.
Season been going great this year. We been playing really good, winning a lot of games.
And the beginning of the season was really nice, catching up the tempo, you know, and trying to see, you know, how the team can play and play together and win the games.
You know, it's the first time we've all been together as a team, so of course it took a while to start gelling as a team, but you know, we're all playing well and we're playing as a team. I think we're getting better and better.
In the middle, like one month ago, we kind of get down a little bit, and we lost kind of a few important games, and it was emotionally difficult.
We picked it right back up. We've been on track. Personally, I think I've been playing pretty well. Been doing a lot of different things. Sometimes scoring, sometimes a lot of assists. So just trying to do whatever to make this team.
So right now, I would say we are in a good shape. I don't know if it's the best shape, but we are going there, and the season is getting into the end. So it's important how we giving our work attitude into the practices and the games, and it's important to win the games now.
So what did you think about the game tonight?
Ką tu galvoji apie varžybas šiandien?
Puikios varžybos. Lietuvos Rytas gražiai žaidė.
It was a really nice game, and all guys play really well. Ką tai reiškia matyti mane žaidžiančią taip arti savo namų čionais?
Taip, tai reiškia labai daug ir kartais nematau kitų žaidėjų, tik į vieną. Būna taip.
It means for her really, really much. It's like she don't even see the another players, just saw me, like we saw son. Koks aš buvau, kai buvau mažiukas, kai aš augau? Apibūdinti.
Visada Jonukas buvo aukšto ūgio pagal savo amžių. Ir gynė didžiulis, didesnis negu kiti kūdikiai gimsta, 58 centimetrų. Ir augo taip, palaipsniui augo ir buvo visada klasėje didžiausias.
Every time I was bigger than everybody, like I'm born big, I'm born even 52, 58 centimeters, like not usually height, and every time I was biggest in the class on a basketball, but we're playing the small kids. I was tall kid from Utena, and I started to play basketball, like a kid who's playing the basketball, just make fun, nothing serious, but. Kada tu sužinojai, kad aš meilė su krepšiniu?
Taip jau tikrai sužinojau tai, kai pradėjo žaisti, kai išvažiavo į Vilnių ir pradėjo rimčiau žaisti. Bet šiaip tai pasvajodavau, dažnai pasvajodavau, kad gal mano vaikas bus krepšininkas.
First time she recognized that I really love basketball when I go to Vilnius, the first my basketball step, but she every time had in her mind like dreams. Maybe one day my son's gonna be a basketball player, so every time she was following that. After the couple of years, I recognized that I want to be a basketball player and I have to work hard, training hard to be the basketball player. Actually, I was a dancer a couple of years. I danced. No, my mom wants to see me on a dance, and it was really nice for her to see me dancing. But I chose the basketball, not a dancer. The since I started to play, first year I was too young to recognize that basketball was gonna be, but when I get older, I recognize that basketball is my life.
Here's our training court, and there next door is Siemens Arena, so we are like two buildings, one to each other. And here's like our home, here's our history, here's home for every player. And the club was established more than 10 years ago, but we have a nice history because we got a couple of titles. And we don't have such a budget of buying superstars, but we are pretty good in developing and discovering superstars, and like most of the guys who leave our club, they get really good contracts and they play in really good teams. And for example, Jonas is not our first player who is going to NBA, because we had Arvydas Macijauskas who was in NBA, we had Šarūnas Jasikevičius who went to NBA.
Jasikevičius, eye-popping pass to O'Neal, who buries the ball.
And also guys like Ramūnas Šiškauskas, Čekis, and everybody started here. And for us it's a huge pleasure to see them now in big clubs, doing a great job. We're very happy.
It's been great so far, as far as the team is great, the teammates are great, and the coaching staff is great, so, I think that makes it for a lot easier on me. You know, although the weather has been incredible, you know, negative. You know, me being from Houston, I'm not used to that, but everything else has been absolutely great.
You know, being in the States, I mean, a lot of things just run a lot differently. Here, adjusting to a new culture and being around people who don't speak your language and have to learn how to communicate, and it's a lot different. But when you're in a city like this and basketball is so big, they respect everybody and they want to help, so it's pretty easy.
There's, as you know, there's two teams, Lietuvos Rytas and Žalgiris, that probably all Europe knows, you know. So it's a big organization. I'm really proud and I'm really happy, you know, to be here and to be a part of it.
When I was young, everybody was, oh, Žalgiris is the best team, but I was Rytas fan all the time. So I remember Mom buying me the new basketball shoes, and on the side of basketball shoes was Rytas' name, and every time I was a Rytas fan, so my dream was playing Lietuvos Rytas, so this dream came true. I choose this year to stay with Rytas, so I'll focus on Rytas team and I'm trying to win more and more titles this year, because that's my goal this year.
He's a great kid, talented, unbelievably talented kid, and really great person. And outside the court, he is also really great, very polite. We never had any kind of troubles, you know, with him, as usually clubs have with young guys who fast became superstars. So about Jonas, I can say only positive things.
Throughout the whole year, he's just continued to get better, and it's kind of crazy because we can kind of see it before our eyes, and he just picks up things fast, and you know, as the year goes on, he starts to play better and better, and so I mean, it's a joy to watch and, you know, be a part of the team and get to see him grow as a player.
He made a huge progress, tremendous progress. And for example, if you see him 3 years ago, and if you see him now, it's totally different player and totally matured person. And he has a huge potential to develop in the future.
Just wanting to learn so much, you know, as far as basketball, and then just a part of, you know, the States and getting, you know, used to NBA ball and, you know, get prepared for the season next year. So he's just kind of taking everything in stride, and he's doing a great job at it.
I mean, I don't really see a difference in his attitude. I mean, just knowing him and knowing what kind of kid he is, he wants to win. I mean, he's not a me type of kid, you know what I mean? Like he's all about the team. He's wanted to do everything to sacrifice to win games. So it's not like he's out here screaming for the ball and putting up 30 shots a game and things like that. He's playing everything within the system and doing exactly what Coach asks of him. So in that case, I think he just wants to improve and just learn and soak as much in so that when he does make this jump in a couple months, he'll be ready for it.
Well, I mean, I certainly read a little bit about him, and I had reports from others in the team that had met him and felt that he was really an exceptional young man, and quite frankly, I believe he is. He certainly met us with open arms, and I think I have to say that the whole people of Lithuania have, and certainly the team here, they've been extremely accommodating, allowing us to come into their environment and infiltrate it to some degree, and certainly spend some time with their star player. He was very accommodating himself.
In first opinion, he's a really nice guy. We talked with him a lot this evening, and I think he's gonna help me a lot with the physical condition. We're gonna see tomorrow the drills, everything, what he's doing, and I think he's gonna help me a lot.
And I simply asked him, you know, what does he want out of it? You know, what can he do to improve? And some of the things his response was as I would expect, without disclosing anything. He wants to get stronger and quicker, and in 5 years wants to be play a dominant role in the NBA. And that's his 5-year plan, which I see as laying the plan out as an extremely wise thing to do as a young man. And I think he's got his mindset on doing that. We talked about diet. We talked about the importance of having a fairly balanced lifestyle, the importance of rest and recovery. We talked about the trials and tribulations of travel in the NBA, and what it takes to succeed. And so really, that's really what it was about. And I let him ask me some questions about it. And really, so as a result of that, we'll take a look at his diet. We'll take a look at the things that we can offer for him that perhaps he doesn't have here, and perhaps he hasn't thought about.
What he's doing, this is the really new things for me. We talk about everything, about NBA, about Toronto, about how to build development. So I think I'm really excited about it. We're joking. The Vilnius is Mauricio town now, so he's helping me a lot. So prepare for the game. We're talking a lot. He's helping me to change the game style, change the conversation with the coach. He's give me a lot of new things.
He is a young man that's very, very excited about coming to the NBA, and particularly coming to Toronto. He's very excited about the opportunity that he has, and he's prepared to do whatever it takes to succeed. And I see that in him, and I think that we have high hopes for him. There's no question, and I do believe he's got every opportunity to succeed.
He's LeBron here. I mean, pretty much. I mean, everywhere he goes, everybody talks to him. Everybody wants pictures. Everybody wants autographs. But he's just a really down-to-earth kid.
First of all, Jonas is 19 years old, and if you look at him, his upper body hasn't quite caught up to his lower half at this point. So, he's got a lot of growing to do.
As a team, and me as a coach, head coach of that team, I know Jonas is going, and we know where he's going. That's Toronto Raptors. So all of a sudden, like, that's triangle between, Toronto, Rytas, and Jonas, and everybody's trying to do their part of the job to make this year as good as possible.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself. This program is going to go. It's not on his shoulder. The spotlight is on him, yes, but whether we win or lose is not going to be totally upon his shoulders to carry us there.
We have Joną mania here. We have Joną mania.
And I would try not to exaggerate, at all. He is an icon, basketball icon here, and he's 19.
He's LeBron here, but he's just a really down-to-earth kid.
People respect him, people love him, kids and everybody adore him. He's really a superstar here.
You cannot walk on the streets, going to shopping mall, going to see the movie, and without people coming to him, kids, girls, whatever. Old people, hey, Jonas, take a picture. Can I take a picture? Please sign this, sign that. Those are signs of how popular he is, and he is popular.
He's definitely big. He had a good summer. They love him down there, definitely. basketball is very popular. Players who play for their country, people tend to love.
You know, it's not easy to walk in his shoes and still being, like focused, because I like to believe that I'm a demanding coach, and I mean, no free passes with me. So still, like, having all that on one side and having me, really pushing him. I know it's not easy, but I believe that's the only way that he can, advance, develop.
As you can see, he's taking it really smart and wisely, and in good sense. He's really a great kid.
I think it's really, really difficult, but I'm trying to be focused on the basketball, try to not be focused on those things, what celebrities doing. I'm not even calling me celebrity. I'm a simple guy from the basketball court, and that's it.
Jonas Valanciunas is well, he's young. People, forgot how young he is, and he's I would call it like a new breed of a big man. We have a term. We call him 45. He's somewhere between 4 and 5. 7-footer in his shoes, very athletic, good runner. So he can help any team in open court, defensively, offensively, in transition. That's his game. He's a good rebounder. Obviously with age, strength will come, more experience, so he'll be even more effective. Still roll on a low post. Let's say a lack of confidence in a face to the basket part of the game, but with age, I think everything will just, be good for him. He will become even a elbow threat, guy who can pop after the ball screen and take a catch and shoot shot. He is in a good position, good body, very good attitude, hard worker, coming from the basketball country, so now it's on him.
This summer was really hard. Summer, now season, it's really hard, but I'm happy with all those things what happened. I cannot stop get betting. I must keep working hard, because it's not still enough. I want to get better more.
I grew up in a part of the city where, basketball outside playing, like street ball was like #1 thing, We play like all night, all day. I figured out pretty early that as a player I will not be, anything special. Some minor injuries, my decisions in life. It was 1991. I started with my coaching career as a part of a youth program of Basketball Club Partizan, Belgrade, where I'm from, and we were very famous in working with prospects, with young players. We were producing players for bigger teams. 2005 Minnesota Timberwolves, 2008 Olympia Ljubljana EuroLeague team. This is my first season with Lietuvos Rytas.
I met him when he came to Seattle and worked our summer league team. He had been working with San Antonio, so we brought him in to work with our summer league guys. And I liked Alex from day one just because I thought he thought out of the box basketball-wise.
I was lucky, as you said, to cross paths with a person as Dwayne Casey. First as a person, then as a coach, because he's an extremely open-minded person, and the guy without no ego. I mean, he is just there to help somebody, to adopt new ideas if he thinks that could work.
I mean, he gives you this rough personality, but he's got a great heart. When I got the head coaching job in Minnesota, he was one of the coaches I brought on my staff there.
I came back home, started as a head coach of the one Belgrade club, and the offer came as a full-time assistant. I was like, wow, what's going on? And I guess, you know, they liked my out-of-box thinking.
Offensively, he has great ideas. Defensively, he has great ideas. And I knew someday he was going to get his own team and do a good job. And he's a great teacher.
After that, I came back to Europe, starting my head coaching career, you know, and when I underline it, it was a great experience, actually, you know, because I had the chance to learn about the NBA from inside. And I'm talking about off-the-court things that you as a fan, you cannot see, you know, and I'm talking about, you know, relations between coaches and players, between relations between star players and coaches, you know, that was something new for me, and, you know, all those things, plus X and O's on the highest possible level. Great experience.
The nuances of the NBA, he understands those. You know, the game within the game. How do you get over and play post defense? How much contact can you get away with in the post in the NBA versus your EuroLeague? How hard can you hit a guy on a screen versus the EuroLeague? All those things that he can talk to Jonas about, that's going to help him grow and develop as a young player. Because so many times, and no disrespect to European coaches, you know, they understand and do a great job with the European way, but it's a little bit different than the way the NBA approaches the game here, and that's one valuable thing that we have with Alex being the JV's coach.
Well, you know, like I'm trying to communicate with Dwayne Casey as much as possible, but, you know, his schedule is deadly this season, and I mean, my schedule is just a little bit better, so it's not like we are emailing to each other like on daily basis, but, you know, from time to time we exchange emails, ideas, you know, whatever, we are in contact.
He's got that kind of mind. We think a lot alike, so we have a great relationship, and he's a good friend, even away from basketball. I couldn't think of a better guy that JV could have as a coach, and when I found out he was a coach for the Rytas team, it was like a dream come true for us, for our organization, for me personally, because I knew that JV was going to be in good hands.
Even when I was working with the young players, you know, before NBA, my main idea was to prepare guys for the future. So basically, I was preparing young guys for what they will face in their senior level in EuroLeague, EuroCup, whatever. And it's the same approach I'm having right now, for example, working with Jonas. I have a good idea what he faced in Toronto and League. I'm not saying I know everything, of course I don't, but, you know, I can help him. And basically, you know, I'm here to prepare him for hopefully a long and successful career. For the first time in my career, I'm working with a player and that I know that 100% sure that he will leave. So it's not the easiest thing to handle, but you know, that's the way it is. So we have to live it. As a team, and me as a coach, head coach of that team, I know Jonas is going, and we know where he's going. That's Toronto Raptors. So all of a sudden, like, that's triangle between, you know, Toronto, Rytas, and Jonas, and everybody's trying to do their part of the job to make this year as good as possible.
And I told Alex from day one, you've got to do what you got to do to win. That's the most important thing. Now, on the side, because of our friendship, he has taken an extra step as far as helping JV. That's great. I appreciate it. But his number one job for himself and for that organization is to win games. And thank goodness JV is good enough to participate and play and get big minutes. And at the same time, Alex has the foresight to talk to him about the NBA, show him some things that's going to help him in the NBA. But again, from day one, I've always told Alex, his number one job is to win for his team.
Toronto understanding us, treating us with respect. On our part, we are trying to not isolate Jonas and ourselves from them. So I think that the relations are pretty good. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what could be on a higher level. You know, we are really trying to help them, and they're really trying to help Jonas, and at the same time that means helping us. And I understand that as a coach, and I'm not trying to, you know, put them out of the picture, because I know it would not be the smart decision.
Alex McKechnie, the Director of Sports Science for the Toronto Raptors, a big off-season addition. He was with the Los Angeles Lakers and had all those rings with the Lakers.
Certainly the Los Angeles Lakers has quite a gloried past, there's no question about it. It's a storied franchise. Certainly going there was quite a treat. I spent 8 years full-time and 12 years, the total 12-year relationship with the team. So, I mean, we had some incredible players come through there, you know, from Shaq to Kobe. So I think my time spent there was certainly, it was terrific, there's no question. It was certainly a big step, no question about it. Brian Colangelo made it quite clear that he wanted me to come to Toronto and to supervise and oversee the rehabilitation and the strength and conditioning component of the Raptors. It's about delivering the athlete to the coaches in the best possible position to succeed. Let me just show you a little something here. Take yourself position, pull, and relax. You know, as I think of it as a Ferrari, you know, and you want to put the best possible gas in the Ferrari. You know, and you want to treat it like it's a Ferrari. It's still going to function, but it may function a little less. Maybe not all cylinders will fire at the same time or in proper sequence. So it's really about establishing the correct habits and patterns that you use. Okay, now you've got to keep your scapula back. Pull your shoulder right back. There. Out, all the way out. Now pull back. Pull in. Good. And back. And there's only 450 players playing the NBA. They're all pretty good. Even the players that don't make it are very good. So we take an individual like Jonas, we're looking at certain default postures that tend to develop with athletes that he's grown up as a basketball player, repeating shot after shot after shot. So there's a tendency to develop muscular structures and patterns of movement that he'll default to. And that ultimately feels like normal to him, where it really isn't the neutral posture. Down. See as you go down, it wants to rotate to your left. You feel that? That's this tightness in your shoulder. Remember we talked about this? Yeah. Okay, down.
Because of shot?
Yeah. Does that all make sense to you now? Yeah. Totally. Yeah. So really it's about then thinking about putting the gas in the tank again. We want to re-educate this. We want to create an exercise protocol, corrective exercising that's specific to him. Pull your shoulders back and just open up. And back. Beautiful. When the stuff he does in the weight room, the stuff he does for preventative care, all carries over to the floor so that he can deliver the power and the strength in its normal functional pattern. That's really what it's about. Back. Forward. Hold. You feel the difference now? You're in a neutral position. The elastics create a rapid increase in muscle contraction. It allows us to create what's called a core neutral position. And we look at identifying the neutral posture is about 85 to 90% of your height, where you get maximum power. And as it happens to be the perfect defensive stance in basketball. So we look at controlling this position, controlling that posture, and controlling balance. So what you saw today, trying to deliver that power through a neutral position, or directly from a neutral posture in balance. So from this position here, we're now going to drop like this. And back, stay in the middle. Squat first, go. Up. Good, now pivot left. Drop. Hold. Where's your weight?
Middle.
Perfect. Pull it back. Neutral, breathe, go. Back up. Drive. Back up. Drive. Back up. Every great athlete I've ever worked with, one thing they have is superb balance, and that can be improved. And that's the great thing about it. Right. Stop. Don't pick it up and place it. Drive it.
That's it. Back up, drive and drop, hold. Drop, hold.
First of all, Jonas is 19 years old, and if you look at him, his upper body hasn't quite caught up to his lower half at this point. So, you know, he's got a lot of growing to do and a lot of development, you know. So we want to make sure as he continues to develop, as he continues to grow and develop, and continues to work out in the weight room, that we're at least doing it from the neutral position. So we're working from the best possible environment. So that's where the carryover takes place. So, you know, we're going to see him through that growth period, and that's the beauty of it. Bring him into Toronto next year and take him as a young adult and taking him through his you know, his final growing years here. Good job.
It's a hard job.
Huh? Hard?
It looks easy, but it's not.
Very difficult. How does it feel?
Feel good.
Feel good? Yeah. Excellent. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, next step. Ready?
Well, we're happy that we have him here. We're really happy. Yes, he will go to NBA. Yes, he will leave us, but we're happy that he was here.
Man, I think he's going to do great. I mean, outside of course, he's talented and it has a tremendous upside. I mean, he can, you know, the sky's the limit for him on the basketball side. But just learning and wanting to get better, I think that's what's really going to separate him and make him a good player.
How he will help Toronto a lot is that he's another big body. Bargnani doesn't have to play the 5-man, the White Howard, stuff like that. He can guard those guys and he can play tough against those guys. And I think that over the course of some years, as he gets stronger and better and more experienced, he'll be a lot better.
He's more ready now than he was like 6 months ago. But when I'm comparing him with, for example, kids playing NCAA basketball, I think he has advantage, because like the fact is, every game he's facing older, stronger, more experienced guys than him, different levels. Some of them very, very, very good players, you know, with great things in their careers, and those are opponents that Jonas is playing against, you know, every game. And as I said, he's one of the main guys in our team. So it's not like he's sitting on a bench watching what's going on. No, not really. It's totally opposite to that. I think Toronto did a good thing, to be honest, with, you know, drafting him, leaving him here for a year. I think it's going to be very good for both sides.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself. This program is going to go. It's not on his shoulder. You know, the spotlight is on him, yes, but whether we win or lose is not going to be totally upon his shoulders to carry us there. Yes, he's going to be a big part of it, but we still have Andrea, we still have DeMar. So it's not going to be that he's got to carry the program. Come in, do what you do your job every day, and let the chips fall where they may. And that's going to be on us as a coaching staff to keep that pressure off of him, to make sure we don't overwhelm him with where he's paralyzed from thinking too much. And you know, and that's on us too, is to help him as much as possible. I know our organization is prepared and ready to help him in any way possible, whether it's off the floor, on the floor, socially. We have a great Lithuanian segment in our city of Toronto, which is already stepping forward, ready to help. And so all those things to make him comfortable and ready to play basketball is going to be important.
It's going to mean a lot, you know, for him to stay healthy. We got a lot of good young players coming up, so it's going to be interesting to see how they develop and where they can take the country. And you know, hopefully everything goes well, and you know, we stay on top for a while.
I have a great honor that people believe in me and they put me in that situation. You know, it needs a lot of work, a lot of get better, but it feels so good to know that people believe in you. kai dabar, kai sužinosi, kai aš važiuosiu į Ameriką, kai būsiu kitam pasaulio krašte, kaip tu jausies, kaip tau tas jausmas, kad aš toli labai.
Oi, jeigu taip plačiau kalbėti, tai pasakyčiau, klauskit ko nors lengvesnio. Nes tai labai sunku nusakyti, kaip aš jausiuos tada, kai bus taip, kaip dar nėra dabar. Bet suprantu, kad labai man trūks, nes tai pats artimiausias mano žmogus ir man labai jo trūks šalia.
It's really, really hard to describe because it's not happening now, because it's gonna happen, so it's really hard to say now. But I am the closest family, so she's gonna miss me a lot.
The only thing I hope and I wish for Jonas, and I hope he's gonna see this, that I hope he's gonna stay like this, like he is right now. He's a good kid. He came from a good family. He has good parents. And he has friends, and he just have to know that he has to stay inside himself and to be proud of what he is and how he achieved it, and not to forget where he came from. And he came from the small city, he came from the small country, and he just have to, remember that. And, I really wish for him, the best in his, I hope, long career in the NBA and reaching a lot of goals, of himself, of the team where he's going to be. And just to remember where he came from.
Tu pasiruošus jau tam dalykui?
Važiuoti į Ameriką?
Ne, kad aš išvažiuočiau.
Taip.
She's ready.